Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. I'm going to have to explain this one I think, but we're now going to be doing issue 33 of the Hero Collector release of Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. Okay, let me explain this. Now, back in July the 12th, 2019, when I was building the DeLorean from Eaglemoss, I had to film this video. What the hell do you look like? Never mind that now. I need you to come back with me to issue 132. What the hell happens on issue 132? The Eaglemoss become assholes or something? No. Eaglemoss are fine. It's the build. Something's got to be done about the build. But I can't come back with you. I haven't done issues 130 or 131. I've got a showcase video I was meant to do with 130. What do you expect me to do? Don't worry about that. When you're in the future, you get the missing issues, you can record a video, upload it to YouTube, put it on your playlist, but backdate the date. Therefore, anyone who's watching in the future will be completely oblivious to the fact that there's 2 issues missing. This makes absolutely no sense. Okay, let's do it. Now, I don't know if this is fate or this is a time paradox or whatever, but that was relating to issue 132. And I'm meant to be doing issue 32 at the moment, but I haven't received it. What I have received is issue 33. So in the same sort of tone that DeLorean video, that the introduction I did, what we're going to do is I'm going to do issue 33 now, and then when issue 32 comes, I'll do that afterwards. So if you're watching it in present time, then obviously it's not chronologically correct. But if you're watching this in the future, then in the playlist it's correct and you won't know what the hell I'm talking about. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Now, in issue 32, I do believe we're putting some more interior headlining in, and we are bonding the 2 parts of the vehicle together. Because issue 33, we're going to be doing the gurney. We don't actually need the car at all, which is why I can continue with this. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I've put the link in the video description. If you follow that link, it will tell you Eaglemoss and Hero Collector that you've come from the World of Wayne site, and you can get this all the way from pack 1. But let's make this gurney. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So it all starts with stage 123, and as you can see, we've got the start of the gurney here, and that's where it's going to be continuing. We're going to be actually fitting the wheels to the main body of that. Now this is actually bigger than you'd expect. As you can see, I've got a really big pack here. Let's get this out. And if I hold that up to the head camera here, you can see just how big this thing actually is. It takes up pretty much most of my A2 mat. And this is just the single gurney here. So let's get this all out. And the first parts I'm interested in is this rail here. This is all metal, just so you know. And we've also got the base for that, which looks like that. This is plastic, but it's good to see that the frame is hard as rock metal there. So quite simply, we're going to take these 2 sections, holding it this way round with this grid here. We're going to be putting this on top. So this is going to be going into the channels that we can see there. And then the other side's coming through this section just like that. Now, we have got to put some little braces to put these in. And they look like that. Now, these come in a bag and we had 4 of them. Now, in the instructions, it says we need to cut them from the sprues. But the ones that are on the sprue here, there's only 4 of them. We need 6. So I do think they were referring to the ones in the bag here. I hope so, because that's what I'm using. They're just going to go on like this, and they're held in with YP screws. Now these are the silver screws here. So I'll get them in. I'll do the first one, and I'll just show you where the other 5 are going to be laid out. There we go. So we're going to be putting 1 in here, 1 in the middle, 1 in the middle, and then we're going to be putting 2 this side here. So I'll do that all now. And there you go. When they're all in, they should look just like that. Okay, now we're going to be taking this metal rack here, looking like that. That's going to go into the holes that you can see just on the edge there. So I'm going to put these in. So they're all in like that. And then the other sides are going to go into the holes in this side of the rail over here. They will just need a little bit of manoeuvring around. But they do go in quite easily. So when they're in, they should look like that. Now we do want to hold all of these down. So we've got 4
of these on a sprue, as I showed you earlier. Let's get these off, and we're just going to put them over the 4 points here. Now, once again, these are held in with the YP screws. And there you go. They're all in. What we're going to do now is attach the wheels. So quite simply, we're just going to take one of these brackets here. Again, these are metal. This is what the wheel looks like. That's just going to go between these sections here. And it's going to be held in with an FM screw on one side and an FM screw on the other. Excellent. Turn that over. Put one in the other side. And that's one wheel. Let's do the same to the other one. And then these points are just going to go into the depressions that we've got there. They've got a channel just at the top, as you can see. So they're going to go in just like that there. They're going to be held in from the other side here with a DM screw. So I'll put the one in this side here first. We are going into metal, so I have put this in some oil. Just lightly for a second. And then we'll do the same on the other side here. And then we'll just tighten all of these up. And two. And as you can see, the gurney now has wheels. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Now in stage 1, 2, 4, as you can see, we've got another rail to put in. And we have got one of the left front wheel to create. Now this gurney is going to be extremely detailed, and you can tell that through some of the parts here. All of these parts are metal, just so you know. So with what we've created in the last stage, we're going to be taking this rail here, and this has got some depressions on this side that we need to make sure face down, because they're going to go on top of this section, just like that. It's going to be held into place with EM screws. We need 6 of these. So I think I'm going to start with the middle ones first. And again, I am going into metal, so I have put these in some oil. That's number 3. That's number 4. I'll just spin it around here. Number 5. And finally, number 6 just down here. So now that is quite heavy as well. It's starting to look really good, isn't it? We don't actually need this section for the next stage because we're actually going to be making the wheel. And for that, we do need the longest of one of these brackets with this section just at the end, because once again, we're going to be putting the wheel into place exactly the same way we did last time with some FM screws here. We're going to put the wheel in here. Oops, just like that. And drive through an FM screw here. So that's one. So the wheel is on, able to move. We're going to put a bracket onto that. This is what that bracket's looking like. And as you can see, we've got a fork in that section there, which is going to go onto the bracket that we've got there like that. That's going to be held in with an AM screw. So got that here. Whoops, I'll start that off. Then I can continue that when it's on there. Make sure that goes all the way through to the other side. And there we go, that's that bracket in place. Now the way this is going to attach to the main gurney here, this is going to go under this section here. And then it's going to be clipped in by the other side of this bracket there, which is going to fit over the top. And we're going to drive a screw through there, which is a FM screw, one of the small FM screws to keep all of those together. So it's going to be a little bit fiddly to do this one, but the easiest way to do it is to turn this round. This is going to go under this bracket here. Hold it with your finger there. Put the other side on. Whoops. Of this bracket here. Hold it in place. And put the screw through. Just like that. And as you can see, that's the first wheel in. Put that to one side because we're going to make another bracket now. That bracket's going to fit into one of these square sections here. We do have 2 of these, but they're identical. They look identical. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think they are identical. So then we're going to take the flat side here, and that's just going to go in like that. Once again, that's held in with an AP screw. We've got this tiny hook here, which is going to be going on the end of this section here, but it's going to be held in with an EP screw. I cannot believe how much detail there is in this. So now that's on like that. So then we're going to take this bracket, and that's just going to go into the square that we've got there. That's going to be held in with 4 YP screws. Now this time the YP screws are black. They look like this. Line that up, and we put 4 of these in to keep that into place. And then we can bring this section up here and clip this to the bottom of the leg that we just had. So if I put that on, you can see that looks like that. Just put that to one side, because we've got another bracket here that looks like that, which is going to be going into the triangular base, just like this here. That's going to be held in once again with an AP screw. Bring this back over. Quite simply, this shaft is just going to go into this section here, and you can see the little triangular cutout just at the bottom there. There's one on the other side. We're just going to match that up by plugging that in, and that's going to be secured in with 2 of the black YP screws again. So that's 1 and 2. And as you can see now, when I unclip this, just from that point there, it's able to collapse, no problems at all. And that's it up. I'll leave it up at the moment because it looks better that way. And now we have got a spare bracket in this one, but that is all there is to do in that stage. Now we'll show you the instructions just to show you what we're doing. We've basically, in the last stage, as you can see here, I think I forgot to show you this, we've attached the wheel to the gurney. Now that's the front left wheel. In the next stage, stage 125, we're going to be doing the the left rear wheel, and that's just going to go on in a similar fashion. So that looks like that. It looks like we do have the brackets here, which are going to mount the proton packs as well. So to start, we're going to take this bracket here, and once again, like we did last time, we're going to be putting a wheel just on this section here, and that's going to be held in with 2 FM screws on either side. They're the silver screws. So that's 1, and just 1 on the other side here. Then I need this bracket here, which has got the fork section. That's just going to go into the top here. Once again, that's going to be held in with an AM screw, which I have got preloaded up. This is a silver screw, and by the look of it, it is directional where you put it on. You want this open section here to be on the side facing you as you screw it in. So let's try that again. There we go. Excellent. Then we need this bracket here, which is going to go onto the end of this bracket, kind of like this. There has a channel for it to fit into, and that's going to go together with an ABM screw. It's slightly longer than the AM screw that we had. Make sure that's tight. And there we go. So that's that section articulated together like that. Bring over the gurney again, and this time this side, just like the last time, is going to go on here like this. So we need the other side of that, and we're going to link them together once again with an FM screw. So I've got my finger behind it, sort of wedging that in to stop that going back. Then we can drive that FM screw in. This bit can be tricky, but once it's bit, just like that, just hold its own, you see. That's that side in, no problems at all. Now the other side is going to link to the front there, like that. As you can see, it can collapse and extend. We need to lock that one into place as well. Exactly the same way. Put the top over, then put that in with an FM screw. And there we go, that one's in place. So you see, when I collapse that down, the wheel can actually now go down and lock back up. That's brilliant. I like that. Put that to one side, and then once again we have this bracket here, which is going to be fitting into the base that we had from the last stage. This is just going to go into the top, and that's held in with an AP screw. This time the AP screw is black. On the end we're going to be securing this hook again that looks like that. This time this is an EP screw, and the EP screw is silver, looking like that. So the finished piece should look like that there. Once again, we're going to mount this into the gurney. This time it's going to be facing this way round. And once again, we're going to be putting some YP screws, the black ones, in here. And 4. And then in a similar fashion, this is just going to clip to this there. So you can see when that collapses, that holds all of that into place. It folds down beautifully. So there we go. We've got the 2 sides up now. We can put that to one side because we're going to start doing the brackets for the proton packs. So for that, we need this section here and one of the bases. And quite simply, this is just going to mount into the base like that there, held in with GP screws. So one there and one on the other side here. So now that looks like that, and we're going to repeat that with the second one here. Exactly the same way. That's going to go in just like that there. Get these screws in. They do kind of go in at an angle. They're not completely straight. So like that, you see. And there we go. And that's the second one done. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So in the last stage here, as you can see, we're going to be doing gurney, the right front wheels and tracks. So it's pretty similar to what we've been doing. So by the end of it, we have got 3 wheels attached to this gurney. So because we've done it before, I've quickened things up this time. I've already put the wheel on, which were held in with FM screws. And I've already put this bracket in here, which was held in with an AM screw there. So what we're going to do, exactly like last time, bring the gurney over. And this time, this one's going to go onto, I'm going to actually fold this one down so you can see what I'm doing, onto the ledge just like that. Once again, we've got the cover to put on. The other side here, and then that's going to be held in once again with an FM screw. So there we go. Make that tight. You know it's tight because it should hold its own weight in there, but that's that one on. Just leave that to one side. I'll bring over one of the cross sections again. End this bar, and we put that through here just like that there. And once again, that's going to be held in with an AP screw through the larger hole here. And make sure that's fully attached. So there we go. That's in. On the end of that, we've got the hook. We should be a dab hand at this now. So put the hook in here with an EP screw, which is a silver one. These can be really tricky to get in, I have to say. But I do use my heavy duty screwdriver to help. And that helps get that in like that. Excellent. Then in a similar fashion to what we've been doing, this is just going to go into the square here, held in with the small YP screws. Just like the other side, this clips onto the leg there. So then when we lift it up, we've got articulation there, as you can see. We just need to deal with this side, which means once again, to move that to one side, we're going to be using the triangle bracket here. This is just going to go through the top. Once again, that's held in with an AP screw. Get that all the way in there. And then just like last time, this is going to go down this shaft here. And then the base is going to go into the triangular base that we can just see there. Now that's going to be held in. Once again, the screw of choice, these little black YP screws. And then just one at the front, which is going to be a little bit more tricky to get in because the wheel is in the way. But we have got it. Make sure that's nice and tight. And as you can see, that can now collapse as well. Brilliant way of how mechanically these work. Okay, so I will put these down just to keep these flat for a second, because we're going to be working on this side, because we've got 4 of these little brackets here to hold the proton packs to put into place. Now they have got a lug on, so it's easy to see where they go. You're going to have one here. You're going to have one here. Get it in. One here. And finally, just one at the back there. I do like, look, that can wheel along. Every single one of these are going to be held in with the black YP screws. This is going to take some time. So what I'll do is I'll put all of these in and we'll come back to it. So when they're in, they should look all like that. How cool does that look? And we do have a bracket left over, which we're going to need to keep spare. Obviously, we've got these supports, which we're not going to be attaching at the moment, so we need to keep them safe as well. But as you can see, I mean, we haven't got all the legs in yet, but how they work is absolutely brilliant. I don't think that's enough. Oh, it can stand up by itself as well. Check that out. Probably, oh no, fell over. Check that on the side camera there. You get the idea of how this works. But that is all there is to do in this pack. It's excellent. You know, when I knew that we were going to spend 2 packs doing the gurneys, I was a little bit worried. But to see that it's all metal, it's heavy, and the articulation works perfectly, this is a model in itself. This is absolutely brilliant. So obviously we will be putting the proton packs on there soon. Not sure when. I mean, look at the size of it. You see that to me? But hopefully that'll be coming in the next stage, stage 33. 34. In the meantime, I'm hoping that we do get issue 32 through. Oh, it's getting so confusing. Issue 32 through, so I can actually get on with that. But there we go. There's a glimpse into the future for you. If you want to get this for yourself, once again, I'll put the link in the video description to the Hero Collector website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.